Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in New York City, for our featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions in association with Panics of the U.S. Main events: Madison Square Garden, TVKO, and the undefeated, undisputed king of beers, Budweiser. This Bud's for you. As this is a unification attraction, this bout is directed under the auspices of the following sanctioning bodies: the World Boxing Association President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Dr. Elias Cordova, the World Boxing Council President Jose Suleiman, Supervisor Gabriel Peña Carricano, the International Boxing Federation President Robert Lee Sr., Supervisor Walter Stone, and the New York State Athletic Commission, the Chairman, the Honorable Mel Southard, Commissioner Rose Tretman, Special Assistant to the Chairman Jim Posinello, Executive Director Tony Russo. Our physicians at ringside for this bout: Chief Physician is Dr. Billy Lathan, along with Dr. Robin Scarlatta, Dr. Rufus Sandler, and Dr. Richard Estrico. Timekeeper at the bell, Jim Borzell. Keeping count of the knockdowns, Wayne Kelly. Introducing to you our judges, whose responsibility is to judge this bout from ringside: from Johannesburg, South Africa, Stanley Christodoulou; from London, England, Larry O'Connell; from Atlantic City, New Jersey, Eugenia Williams; and our referee in charge of this bout, following in the tradition of his father, who was the third man to the ring some 28 years ago when Ali fought Frazier here at the Garden. The son is working in this, his 13th world title bout, Arthur Mercanti. All right, fans, here we go. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Madison Square Garden, it's time for the main event of the evening: 12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing to you the WBC champion on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks with gold trim, and hailing from London, England. He weighed in at 246 pounds with a record of 34 wins, 1 loss. He has 27 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the 1988 Olympic gold medalist, now in his second reign as world champion. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the hard-hitting, two-time and current WBC heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Lennox Lewis. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing purple trunks with white trim, and hailing from Atlanta, Georgia. He weighed in at a ready 215 pounds. His record stands at 36 wins, 3 losses, 25 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion, the former undisputed heavyweight world champion, only the second man in history to have captured the heavyweight crown 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen, here is boxing's warrior, the IBF and WBA heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Evander, the real deal, Holyfield. Once again, a referee in charge now to give instructions, Arthur Mercanti.
Good evening, gentlemen. You received the rules earlier tonight. Let's have a nice, clean fight, touch gloves, and good luck to the both of you.
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
Judge ready here. Judge, you ready? Judge ready here.
Only 3 men left in the ring, and we're underway. Holyfield seeming to slip as Lewis landed the first punch of the bout. Lewis's job to fire his jab and be aggressive behind it. Holyfield's job to get inside of Lewis's range and fight him at close quarters. The chant in the background, Lewis, 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 from the English fans, mostly in the second and third decks. Here in the expensive seats at floor level, almost all Holyfield fans.
And Lewis, although he's aggressive now, he prefers if the fight comes to him. So if Evander starts being a bit more aggressive, it's not going to make him uncomfortable. Evander should bounce away, wait for Lewis to stop doing whatever he's going to do, and jump on him for doing nothing.
Critics say there are 2 Lennox Lewises. The occasionally aggressive fighter who fires his jab and hurries with the right hand behind it, or the occasionally timid fighter who lays the jab out there, uses it as a rangefinder, and waits to land his right hand. The second of the 2 is the one who is regarded as easily beatable by Evander Holyfield. The first of the 2 would be a package for the smaller Holyfield to handle.
You know, in the dressing room, they complain about Evander Holyfield's cup being high. Then you come out and see Lennox Lewis is wearing his cup almost up to his chest. What a great strategy by Emmanuel Stewart.
Well, I told you about Stewart's track record in heavyweight title fights. Don Turner in the other corner is top drawer as well. Left hook by Holyfield, blocked by Lewis. Lewis using his long arm so far to fend Holyfield off and keep him at range.
What you want to do, Lewis, you are the taller man. Just don't get low. Make sure every punch that Evander Holyfield throw is up high. Catch him with your hand. Evander should go to the body. He can't protect that.
Double jabs for Lewis. Missed over the top of the right hand a moment ago. The English fans will ooh and ah whenever Lewis unleashes the big overhand right. And so far in the first round, Lewis has been in and out with the jab. Sometimes firing it aggressively, sometimes just laying it out there. Left hook lands for Holyfield.
But because Lewis is up high, it's non-effective. You want to get caught on the end of those punches and not get flesh, so just keep your height. Evander Holyfield should get to that body and make him drop those hands.
And Holyfield trying to tackle Lewis in the middle of the ring, and Lennox smiles at him as if to say, what the heck was that all about?
You're not going to go on with me in the ring, okay? Let's keep it clean.
Let him rest, ref.
Us folks are going to have a clean fight. Keep it clean.
You won the first round.
You're telling the same thing.
You won the first round. Water, Court. Water. Give me water, Court.
Right here.
That's what you was working on in training. Instead of shooting the right hand first, moving back.
You know you're getting away from his right hand good, and his chin is right there. When you stop it, nail him with yours.
Corner. Leg a little bit. Hold it, Don. Seconds out, gentlemen.
One of Evander Holyfield's minor prophecies for this fight is that he would dominate every minute of the fight from bell to bell. That didn't happen in the first round.
That goes by the wayside because Holyfield only threw 17 punches in round 1, reminiscent of the difficulty he had getting off against Bowe, particularly in the third fight when he couldn't even throw 40 punches around. 17 punches around won't win for Evander Holyfield, and he cringes against the ropes as Lewis lands a right hand. Bigger man, George, bigger punch.
This is one of those fights you just want to sit back and let it happen.
You know, if you didn't know about his third round prediction, you would be guessing that you would be saying that Holyfield looks sluggish. But here we're just sort of waiting for him to wake up in the third round.
Lennox Lewis is right where he want to be. Evander is allowing him to just stand up straight and stick his left hand out. Evander should close the distance.
Well, we were under the impression that Evander was going to try to get inside him, but so far he really hasn't tried that.
You heard Don Turner telling Holyfield that he was doing a good job of getting away from the right hand. But when Lewis fires the jab, he's landing it. That's how he won the first round.
I think the problem here is Evander is really looking for a knockout. He's not trying to be active. And the ropes being so close to his back, every time he makes one step, he hits the ropes. That's not helping him because he has to fold up and let Lewis land those right hands.
Well, the suspicion is that it was Holyfield who wanted the smaller ring so that he could fight Lewis at closer quarters. But he hasn't been in there so far.
Yeah, he takes a couple of bounces. There's a good left hook by Evander Holyfield. You got to shake this young man up. You got to do something to make his nerves unravel.
Lewis, who seemed very composed when we met with him yesterday, has not looked nervous in the first 2 rounds here.
Step back.
Quiet here at floor level, where the Holyfield fans are wondering why their man doesn't get off. Raucous noise in the upper deck, where the Englishmen are enjoying Lewis's early dominance. Body shot by Lewis, partially blocked.
Lewis, obvious strategy, keeping that long, big left hand out to try to thwart anything that Holyfield could get started, George.
Now, Lewis' back is starting to go to the ropes, and that's not where you want to be. Once his back starts touching the rope, Holyfield is going to get confident.
But once again in round 2, Evander Holyfield very sparing in his punch output.
Hold out. This round he go out, y'all. He out of here.
Man, I see exactly what you're doing. Don't get careless.
Don't get careless. This end of this round right here. Sure. He out of here. Like go back around. Yeah,
Early in the round, Lewis went after Holyfield, pinned him on the ropes, didn't hit him with anything big, but punished him with those shots on the arms and the back. But it's been the jab that has dominated the first 2 rounds. You just heard Holyfield say to his corner, this is the round he goes out. So either he doesn't have it tonight or he's been saving it for right now, and he comes out in a very aggressive posture.
Well, if he opens up to try to fulfill the round 3 prophecy, does Lewis get a chance with the right hand? Lewis 21 of 54 with the jab in the first 2 rounds. Holyfield has only thrown 24 punches in rounds 1 and 2. You know what Holyfield said about round 3. Holyfield attacking to the body, his most aggressive combination so far. Over the top with the right hand. Did he get into Lewis's head? Did he make Lewis fear round 3?
You know, the good thing that Evander Holyfield chose those gloves, because he's planning on putting his hands on his head to block the shots. And the gloves he's using has a bigger pad right by the blocking on the wrist there. So he was clever in picking those gloves.
Leaving Lewis with what are called the puncher's gloves.
It's like a pillow.
Holyfield landed a left hook inside and lands a right hand, and Lewis is stunned. Evander attacking, trying to fulfill the prophecy. Lewis seemingly trying to collect himself as he stands in the corner and waits. Holyfield misses with the haymaker.
At some point, you want to make sure you're conservative now. Evander Holyfield has got 12 rounds to go. Throwing the big shots like that.
Lewis lands the uppercut for the first time in the fight. And lands again as Holyfield tries to come inside. 1 minute to go in the prophecy.
It seems that he's real effective when he attacks Lennox Lewis. I don't know why he stops. Lewis had better pick his hands up, keep his hands up. That's about all he can do.
I think he's trying to set him up for something, George. I don't know what it is. The right hand right there.
Right cross landed flush for Holyfield. Lewis seemingly stunned again. Tries to come back with an uppercut. Now Lewis lands his right cross.
Boy, he made a choice with those gloves. Right on the wrist, they have power to block shots.
The fight is on.
10 seconds to go in the prophecy. And so much for the round 3 knockout.
And Holyfield goes very slowly back to his corner.
Put water on my head.
Put water on his head.
This here's cold.
Now you know you can get it. You know you can get it. All you got to do is do it. Stop throwing hooks. Feint him with the hook and hit him with the right hand first.
All right. Like that pushing, right? Okay.
Sir, what's your head?
Lennox, go back to your speed. Don't worry about nothing.
Get to your jab. Listen very carefully. Your jab is the key. Get back to your jab again. You will see the opening. If you keep jabbing enough, you will see the opening.
Here we see Holyfield making his effort to fulfill a prophecy, the left hand. He really never got it going. Later in the round, that right hand landed flush on the nose. Didn't bother Lewis. And Holyfield seems a little discouraged sitting in the corner. Now he has a long fight in front of him, perhaps.
Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Jim, 29-28, 2 rounds to 1, Lennox Lewis. Certainly he had it when he won the first 2 rounds because Evander didn't do much. But Evander won that 3rd round a lot bigger than Lennox won the first 2. So, very interesting fight. Lennox with the jab wins the first 2 rounds. Evander with the good hooks wins the 3rd.
But as Evander Holyfield throws those left hooks, note that he's not listening to his corner. Don Turner told him, feint with the hook, throw the right cross first. Holyfield keeps trying to come with his bread and butter, the left hook.
And that's the problem. Holyfield has never had the power to recuperate with the big guys. So after he spends his money, he has to wait a long time to get a second win. And Lennox Lewis is allowing him to get a second win.
Lewis fighting at a slow pace, but landing most of his punches. And when he throws the jab, he keeps Holyfield out at range.
And he can do this all night. Just jab and use your reach. Throw your right hand only if you see it. Good. Holyfield is having to reach for those right hands now. Lewis is taking advantage of his height advantage. What you want the shorter man to do is reach for everything.
Lewis lands the jab and fires the right cross. The more aggressively Lewis fights, the better he does, just as Emmanuel Stewart has told him all along would be the case. Right hand lands again for Lewis.
Now you notice Lewis is not putting his body into his right hand yet. Just kind of slinging them out there for measurements.
Good or bad, George?
I think it's really good because you don't want to throw nothing away. You want to make sure, hey, I'm making contact. When I do zero in, I'm going to go for the big one.
Look at how unstoppable Lewis is when he fires the jab with frequency.
He just doesn't believe in his jab, though.
Left hook lands for Holyfield. Backs Lewis into the corner again. Right hand lands inside for Holyfield. Lewis partially blocked to left.
Nothing happens when Lewis stands straight up. It's when he starts to bend as the fight go on, that's when the problems may start. That's when Holyfield can land 4 and 5 shots.
Lewis again missing just over the top with the right hand. Holyfield again blocking with his gloves.
Oh boy. Chose the right gloves. One fighter is using one brand and another is using the other brand. One brand is for punching and the other brand is for blocking.
Holyfield blocking, Lewis punching. Lewis with a right hand and a left hook. Tough round to score.
Evander Holyfield did very little in that round except for a two-punch flurry.
Up too straight. Okay. You got to back this guy up. He don't like to be backed up. You got to back him up. Okay.
All right, you want to cool down?
Bring the shots from underneath. You're jabbing, you're driving him down, and now you're shooting over top of the head. I keep bing, and shoot the shot from up underneath. You haven't cut him in the body at all tonight. You're not one body punching shot down here.
Off the ropes.
Okay? Cut him to the body some, and then start bringing the left uppercut some.
Keep your feet up under there. Keep your feet up under.
Close your eyes and listen.
Take it to him a little bit more. Take it to him a little bit.
We've had less spontaneous combustion than a sort of planned obsolescence so far.
Lewis threw 36 jabs in round 4, 17 of them landed. You see that he gets the round on the Letterman card and goes up 3 rounds to 1 there.
Holyfield started to step in with his jab a little bit. Now that'll help him out. Make the big man stoop down. Make the big man bend his waist.
Holyfield stepping in the jab to the body, George, but reaching to do so. And you heard Emmanuel Stewart say, come up with the uppercut. Lewis lands a right hand. Holyfield stunned against the ropes. Hard right hand by Lewis. Holyfield on the defensive. Right hand lands again. Thunder in round 5 for Lewis. To the body. Following Stewart's instructions.
Holyfield wants to catch him reaching with his right hand and land one at the same time.
Is he hurt or is he playing possum? Is he hurt or is he playing possum, George? He's hurt.
Yeah, he's had some body punching and they hurt.
And the uppercut landed flush. Long time left in the round. Finishing time for Lewis. Mercanti came over to get a good look at Evander, as if to say, why aren't you throwing back?
Holyfield started to react a little when he saw the referee coming.
Good move.
Yeah, that's an old job when you're a good fighter like that. Make the other guy throw everything he has away and then jump him.
Home court advantage for Lewis for the moment, as the crowd upstairs chants for their man.
Lewis is doing a good job of keeping his hands up so far. Holyfield is having to reach and jump for everything he gets.
And this is another round in which Holyfield is going to have a low punch output, unless he gets busy right now. Lewis's size, his jab, all conspiring to limit Holyfield's punch output. Evander just not getting off.
Evander Holyfield has started to fight. All of the strategy and everything is going out of the window now.
He can't win a boxing match this way. Now he goes to the body.
Once Lewis starts to bend his waist, trouble starts. You got to stay up. And Evander Holyfield has done a good job of making him bend every now and then.
Blood along the bridge of the nose of Lewis as he busts Holyfield with a 4-punch combination. Good footwork for Lewis there. Holyfield reaching but not finding anything.
Right now, Evander Holyfield looks like an old fighter.
Look at the connect percentage for Lennox Lewis.
With his long arms, Lewis hit Holyfield behind the head and may have disoriented him. And later in the round, holding him, punishing him.
It's open already.
This was the way Holyfield was supposed to look against Lewis, with Lewis backed on the ropes and Holyfield raking him.
Keep backing him up. This man is so slow. You look at this tape, you're going to blow your mind. Come on, get up there, big cousin. He's slow.
You heard Evander Holyfield say, sorry. Emanuel Stewart say, right now this man looks slow. You wouldn't believe it on the tape. But it's only 5 rounds, and nobody has ever dealt with a crisis better than Evander Holyfield.
Lennox Lewis had a fight plan to come in aggressively behind his jab, to find the right hand occasionally, and to keep Evander Holyfield out, away from him at range. So far, he's following it almost to the tee, but Holyfield lands a big left hook as Lewis carelessly drops his right hand.
Getting a little arrogant. Not a good idea against this great warrior.
You got to give Holyfield respect every moment that bell has not rung. You got to give him respect.
You can't make a mistake like that. Lewis lackadaisical for a moment and paid big time.
And I think it's a good little cat and mouse game Holyfield is playing.
You think he's playing possum, George?
I think he's played a lot of possum tonight.
Well, he may find himself playing himself possum out of the championship. He doesn't wake up soon.
It's hard to see how he's going to win any rounds this way.
While Lewis drops his hand and bends over, it's a mystery to me. He has a little swelling and a little blood on his face.
Lewis with blood on the bridge of his nose. Holyfield grinning a little bit as he stalks. Tries to get inside again.
Holyfield might find that any round you get a knockout is just as good as prophecy as anything.
Maybe if it's a multiple of 3, like 6.
Yep. Or 9, huh? That's not a multiple, yeah.
That'll do. Yeah, you got it. Uppercut for Lewis. Thunder on Holyfield's chin.
You follow a boxer and take his crown. You follow a puncher and you get knocked down.
When he was asked what would happen if he didn't win in 3 rounds, Holyfield said there's no plan B. And right now there doesn't appear to be one.
He's just naturally fighting, and I mean he's doing a good job of fighting now.
Lewis holding his left hand below his waist, George, inviting a right hand lead from Holyfield.
He's a little perplexed, so to speak. I don't know why he drops his hand.
Turner asked Holyfield to fire right hand leads, asked him to feint with the left hook and come back with the right cross. Evander hasn't done that. This is no Mike Tyson that Evander can push around the ring. He gets pushed backward when they come together.
You don't follow a puncher around. You just don't do that.
Arrogance of Lewis as he walks around the ring with his hands below his waist.
And Evander Holyfield looks dispirited.
Lennox, you got old. I got it, man. You got old on you that quick, Lennox. Talk to him. Keep your hands up. And keep your hands up.
Back to your jab. Get the demand aside. If you ever sat down and open up, this fight is over with. You're too tentative. You're hitting the man, but you're playing too much. If you sat down and say, I'm going to sit down and dig with all this power shots in here, it's going to be over.
Nobody hits being up at his chest. We don't have any target at all. Look at his cup. It's red nut right now.
If you get into your rhythm, control combinations, what you're looking for will just flow. It'll come.
Here you see where a little arrogance creeps into Lewis's style, inviting a combination that landed but didn't land with full force.
Lennox Lewis only threw 22 jabs in that round. Emanuel Stewart, between rounds, leading with his fighter to throw more jabs. Be less tentative.
Holyfield marked up. You think, George, that Lewis is getting the best advice now, in which he was told to go out there and really dig now, and he thinks he can get a knockout? Where Emanuel Stewart...
They both go down in the corner. Arthur Mercanti is going to rule it a slip. Harold Letterman, how do you have it halfway through the fight?
Okay, Jim, 5 rounds to 1, 59-55, Lennox Lewis. And the judges really see the clean punches and the effective aggressiveness. You can't miss shots like that, Jim. And the only aggressive round
Holyfield is hurt, and Lewis better not play with him.
Holyfield waiting against the ropes as Lewis tries to load a right hand. You can almost hear Stewart say, throw the doggone thing. Don't wait.
Well, he saw that he was playing possum and he refused to throw it.
And he was not playing possum. He was actually hurt. But Lewis has seen a few tricks tonight, and so he's going to be conservative.
Maybe he says to himself, hey, I'm winning the boxing match with ease. Why gamble?
And that's nothing wrong with that. You win, you win.
The judges are from South Africa, England, and the USA. Left hand blocked.
That Evander Holyfield's got a left hook to the body that's really painful. Lewis evidently has one too.
Yeah, because Lewis just folded Holyfield over with a left hook to the body.
I mean it. Tonight Holyfield is going to have to fight, and it won't be anything but a fight.
Big right hand lands for Lewis. Holyfield again inactive, not throwing many punches. Uppercut, uppercut. Right hand. Holyfield stunned in the middle of the ring. Lewis misses. Goes to the body. If you want to
Don't follow him, Holyfield. Don't follow him.
If you want to finish Lennox, go to the body.
You don't want to follow a puncher when he's hurting you. Now he should back up and try to catch him coming in with something.
There goes the chance in the upper deck again. Left hook partially blocked. Uppercut again. Now Lewis traps himself in the corner.
And he leans on the back of Holyfield. That really takes a lot out of you when a big man lean on your back like that.
Left hook inside for Holyfield after Lewis's uppercut was partially blocked.
Holyfield has abandoned everything now. He's just throwing big hooks. And let me tell you, when Lewis starts to bend his weight just a little bit, he's going to get caught with one.
Big round for Lennox Lewis.
See the way you finish that round? That's the way you got to start it and finish it the same way. These guys don't want to fight.
Make him happy, that's all. Drink.
Rebound, Lennox.
And swallow this too, okay?
Lennox, we the undisputed champion. Stay with the angle.
I told you you were going
and
to play with
speed.
this man, didn't I? You'd have a lot of fun. Blow it up, a little bit more power on the shots now. Okay, but you graduate and get back to your jab. The main thing is your jab and keep your hands up.
In round 7, by CompuBox numbers, Holyfield was 8 of 21. Lennox Lewis, 33 of 59, including 22 of 32 power shots. Don Turner is getting more desperate as he asks his fighter to fight.
Lewis is just stepping back a little bit and just dropping right hands. He's got his defense set now. He doesn't have to back up at all anymore.
George Holyfield hasn't gotten inside except on a very few occasions.
Because Holyfield is more effective when his opponent is coming to him. Lewis is stepping back just a little bit to make Holyfield reach out at everything he gets.
You remember, Jim, when we did the punch stat, I reminded everyone that Holyfield basically likes to be a counterpuncher. And he's not getting a chance to do the counterpunching here.
Lewis is acting like a matador. He stands there, jab, 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 and then slides left and right.
Little combination for Lewis. Not a lot of velocity behind the punches, but he stays active. Holyfield gets in a couple little whacks to the body, but generally speaking, punch combinations few and far between for Evander.
Evander's getting into a jabbing contest, and that's not what he wants right now. This guy has a good jab, and his trainers told him to use it. You need to stay close and just touch him every now and then. Just get a little closer and stay closer. You see, you don't have to hit him hard, just stay close. Make him unravel.
Put your hands. Great. Hold. Time. Evander.
Right cross, left hook, both landed for Lewis. Holyfield walking in, but not punching.
Well, that jab of Lewis has really been a good Sugar Ray Robinson left jab now. He just doesn't seem to believe in it enough.
Holyfield manages to force an uppercut through Lewis's guard and tries to attack, but Lewis bending him off, staying at range, using his jab, occasionally pounding Evander with the right hand, generally having his way. You could make a case, I know it isn't there on Letterman's guard, but you could make a case that the Englishman has won every round so far.
You're pulling into it. Watch.
Right hand stops Evander in his tracks again.
Come on. You're pulling his head into you. Let's go.
Evander Holyfield may be a warrior, but he's a silent warrior right now.
You have to wonder whether that prophecy has just taken all the heart out of him, or whether it was just wishful thinking on his part.
You got to start pumping your head. And start taking left uppercuts.
You won that round.
Something and came in, so that was very, very effective. Let's get back to what we worked on.
Right back to basics.
This is the most effective jab we have seen Lennox Lewis for a long time. That long jab there. It's not a punishing jab, but Holyfield can't get away from it, can't launch anything, and even that quick right hand is almost like a jab. By keeping it busy, Holyfield is unable to mount an attack.
And you see the numbers from CompuBox on jabs through round 8. It's been a wipeout. Lewis using his jab so far to dominate the action against Holyfield. In round 8, Lewis threw 36 jabs and landed half of them. Holyfield 6 of 12. Lewis bouncing a little bit now as round 9 begins.
Now that's what Holyfield wants. Get Lewis to bounce and get off the pitcher's mound, so to speak. Then you can get something going. But as long as you got him standing there, it's like batting practice. Make him bounce, you bounce, make him miss, and then counter.
There's a little bit of urgency now in Holyfield's step. You can sense that he knows he has to get going.
Evander Holyfield has been past 8 rounds 10 times in his career. Lewis only 4, and Lewis has never had a knockout past the 8th. But why would he need it? Right now, with 4 rounds to go, on Harold Letterman's card at least, Lewis is ahead by 6 points. So the fighter who needs a knockout as we come down the stretch here is the warrior in the purple trunks.
Lewis, every now and then, whenever he drops his hand or bend his waist, he get in trouble. But as long as he's straight up, it's his night.
Lewis, well aware that he's not skilled as an infighter, told us that when Holyfield came inside, he would tie him up or push him away. And you see him doing exactly that here.
Now, I don't know about who's the better infighter tonight, but I think Lewis is looking like the better one when you think about what's going in.
Well, when he uses the uppercut, George, he triples his effectiveness as an infighter. Stewart got him to start using it after the 4th round, and it's made a difference.
Lewis is boxing now.
There is certainly not a lot of drama here. It's lived down to its worst possible scenario.
Lewis, all he has to do is keep his right hand up and just circle Holyfield to his right. Go to his right and make him throw his left hook.
Lewis landed a short right hand with a thud. Thought for a minute he might have Holyfield hurt. Evander comes pressing forward and firing the left.
It's going to be a fight. Lewis is not going to be given to him, nor will it be given to Holyfield.
Time running out on Holyfield. 3 rounds to go after this.
Lewis is taking some of the power out of his punches, and he's just thumping. That's even better, because if Holyfield charges him a little bit, he can even put a little power to it.
Evander reaching with a right hand. Lewis ties him up again. Crowd in the expensive seats at floor level, largely silent as they are mystified by Lewis's dominance of their man.
Has Lewis got a cut?
Every round like that.
Got 3 more rounds, bro.
Every round like that. As long as you're doing something, he's reacting to you.
You gotta make him fight you. You gotta make him fight you. Get in close and dog him, man.
Move your gloves. Do it again after you do it.
Yeah, I bet. Just keep working the jab. Keep your hands up. Keep working your jab. Jabbing from up on top. You understand?
Let it go.
Jabbing from up on top.
There it is.
Okay? Jabbing from on top. Don't jab from jabbing low. Your man cannot avoid you.
Great job of doing it. No problem.
Move your head. That round. You can
All
take
he
the round.
want to do is survive. Don't let him survive.
Now, please. Okay, second.
Keep your hands up. Keep your pumping your jabs from the top. Jabbing from... Come on, let's go.
Evander Holyfield has had some surprises and miracles in his career. He needs one for these last 3 rounds.
Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Jim, 7 rounds to 2, 88-83, Lennox Lewis. I like Evander Holyfield. He gets aggressive, but I've only seen aggressiveness in 2 rounds, and that's the 3rd of the night. I thought he pulled out the knife by getting aggressive, just like he's doing now.
Here comes the aggressiveness. Here comes the Holyfield rally. Here comes the indomitable warrior we've seen so many times.
Actually, Lewis was caught complaining and he got himself in trouble.
Sit back.
He's complaining about headbutts.
Let me tell you, when you're fighting Holyfield, he brings out everything. Headbutt, kick, slinging. He's been doing everything tonight, picking up guys.
Well, Lewis isn't the first fighter to complain that Holyfield butts. Mike Tyson spent a lot of time talking to referees in Nevada about that.
Evander knows how to be a rough fighter, and it's a rough game.
Yeah, but Joe Lewis would never revert to all of that.
Hard right hand for Holyfield. Biggest punch in a while. Lewis landed the jab and left it out there while Holyfield stepped in and landed the right.
Great.
You know, Evander is picking up some steam here. And every time he steps back, when he catches that right hand, you got to keep it on him, Evander.
First minute and a half of the 10th round, enough to get the Holyfield contingent hope. Now the action slows again.
He's got to keep it on. He just can't wait back there. Every time he hurts Lennox, he backs up, takes a deep breath.
Right cross landed for Lewis.
Holyfield got a little bit of it himself.
Steps inside and grabs. Holyfield blowing air through his mouthpiece. Lewis tries to go back to using his jab.
You know what? That's what you want the smaller, the shorter arm a fighter to do, is keep following you, reaching. Reach out for everything you get, make him miss by keeping your hands up.
Uppercut landed again for Lewis.
Holyfield should be closer. You just got to stay close. Anything good is going to happen because Holyfield is close.
Yeah, when they're out at range like this, Evander just can't deal with it. For that reason, jab, jab, jab.
Lewis goes to the body 2 or 3 times and he comes back up to the head. Floyd Patterson would love that.
This guy, man, you got to stay close and you got to work hard, man.
You took that round like the last one. That's all you got to do.
How you feel?
Good. Trying to get around just like we want you to.
Push the man back, Lennox. You start pushing him back, you'll do a lot better. Push him back, okay? Push him back. He won there. Don't put too much water because we got him too wet here. Okay. Start pushing him back.
Here's where Holyfield come in and butted Lewis in the head. Lewis is complaining and caging him. Later in the round, the best punch Holyfield has thrown perhaps in this fight.
And they both landed right hands in that sequence. Fascinatingly, round 10 was Holyfield's best in CompuBox numbers. 21 out of 55 punches. But Lewis was 31 of 48, including 24 of 37 jabs. So he continues to pound the jab with accuracy.
Lewis does not need to get into the counter-punching game. You want to keep Holyfield waiting. You want to keep leading. Don't be a counter-puncher. Start the fight. Land the first punch and the last punch.
You know, going into this fight, conventional wisdom was that Holyfield had the skill, Lewis had the strength, but Lewis has simply outskilled him tonight.
You know what? All of the talk about Evander may have had too many wars. It hasn't seemed like it tonight.
You don't think Evander's had too many wars?
No, Evander's very strong. He's not winning the fight in a fantastic way, but let me tell you, his legs aren't shaking. He hasn't been knocked down clearly. All of the effects of an old fighter, they just have not happened to him tonight.
Well, that's good, but he's not winning the fight, George.
It's because of that left jab. If someone would just come in and take away that jab.
Yeah, well, it's like Larry says. It's Lewis's tactical skill that's winning the fight for him.
This boy was an Olympic heavyweight champion one time.
And he lands a big right hand as Holyfield comes inside. You see the natural counter-punching tendency of Lewis. When Holyfield comes toward him, he lands.
They both would prefer to be counter-punchers, but Lewis has done more leading with his jab tonight.
I think Lewis have even surprised himself at how good he's boxed tonight. Left jab, stepping to the left, stepping to the right.
Never better. Never better. The question was, would Lennox Lewis show up for a big fight? And he did.
Good right hand by Evander Holyfield.
Big lands. But Lewis seems unruffled by it.
All he does is stick his left hand out there and stops everything. It doesn't even have to be hard. When Lewis just sticks it out there, it stops. All of the action.
Right now, no British fighter in this century has been closer to winning an undisputed heavyweight champion. But there is still one round to go against a great fighter who has not been great tonight.
3 minutes to go to a unified heavyweight championship. Lennox Lewis has never lost a decision.
That round because you're making a miss. What you ain't doing is shake the hand in. You let him miss, come back with something. All you doing is doing this, doing this. You got to be a little more aggressive on it. You let me goddamn man miss, but I would give it the round because you ain't doing nothing but just been satisfied to do this shit. Last round, touch gloves, champ.
He's giving the ring up to you, so you got to do it for him.
He's got to outwork him. He's got to be simple, short, and sweet.
And fire, I knew you take your hands up, you can't do shit. But you let him miss. Close the show now. You're saving it all, man.
You walk by faith, not by sight. Understand that, brother. Mouthpiece.
Now let's close the show.
Who will close the show?
Who wants it? Let's go. Who wants it? Let's go.
Unless our eyes have fooled us badly, Evander Holyfield needs a knockout desperately right now to hold on to his shares of the heavyweight championship of the world. Lewis thudding with the right hand over and over.
Lewis trying to close the show in style rather than sit on a lead.
And you heard the urgency of Emmanuel Stewart between rounds.
believe that Holyfield has one more knockdown in his right there stuck in those arms. He still got one.
You're rooting for the old guy, George, understandably.
He hasn't been close to knocking Lewis down, George.
He's got one more punch, I'm telling you.
He's landed punches. He hasn't been close to knocking him down.
If only Lewis would just bend his waist.
Lewis lands the right hand again as Holyfield's leans in.
You want him to bend his waist into a Holyfield punch? Is that what you want, George?
You trying to keep the title in the colonies, George? They're singing upstairs. They're cheering downstairs. The applause is building.
Let's keep it clean now. Let's go.
Keep it clean. Isn't that nice? The referee said the magic word. Keep it clean.
McCarthy Jr. doing a brilliant job.
It's been a good
all
fight
the way
out
through.
there. Holyfield now seems to be just waiting for the bell to ring. Come on, Holyfield, do something.
He hasn't got it, George. The old warrior has no rally left. Lewis just staring him down.
I don't think he should taunt the great guy, though.
Precious seconds tick away as Lewis again ties Holyfield up inside. It's
Holyfield's
been
never
an
had
easy
the endurance
boxing
in the last
exhibition for the bigger man.
He's never had the endurance in the 12th round with the big guys. But let me tell you, he's had the heart.
This fight may be the biggest anti-climax dramatically since the impeachment, but if a Brit wins, it will be the biggest news in the British Isles for many a decade.
Not since Bob Fitzsimmons in 1897 has a citizen of Great Britain held an undisputed heavyweight title. We may be minutes away from that watershed right now. Harold Letterman, what's your final scorecard?
117, 111, 9 rounds to 3. Lennox Lewis. He pulled out 11 and 12 impressively. Holyfield only won 9, 10, and 3. No question, no doubt about it. Lennox Lewis wins the fight. The better jab, the cleaner punching, the harder right hands.
Let's see if the judges from South Africa, Great Britain, and New Jersey agree. They're celebrating in Lewis's corner as Holyfield walks and waits. Final punch stat numbers are overwhelmingly one-sided. Lewis landing 218 more blows, more than doubling Holyfield's landed punch number, and nearly doubling his output. And Lewis landing at an astonishing 57%, including 51% of his jabs. If the judges see fit to ignore this kind of numerical dominance, you would wonder how.
You know, I got to say something.
Please do.
The people at Time Warner, they produce the youngest heavyweight champ of the world, the oldest heavyweight champion. When all the dust is settled, they produce, once again, the United Heavyweight One Champion of the world, Seth Abraham. You got to give it to the guy.
Well, on behalf of the company, thank you, George.
But
You're a part of it, too.
This is an event. This was happening before I came on the scene.
We're ready for the official decision. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing here at Madison Square Garden, we go to the scorecards at this time. Judge at ringside, Eugenia Williams, scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Evander Holyfield. Judge at ringside, Stanley Christodoulou scores the bout 116 to 113 in favor of Lennox Lewis. Judge at ringside, Larry O'Connell scores the bout 115 to 115, even a draw. The decision is even a draw. Both champions retain their belts.
That's a travesty. That is, ladies and gentlemen, a travesty, an outrage, a highway robbery. Lennox Lewis has just been robbed of the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. He won it, and he didn't get it.
You know, that is a shame.
It's a Brinks job. Holyfield getting the benefit of the doubt from scorers who apparently didn't appreciate what they saw. And Larry O'Connell of Great Britain is the man with the even scorecard. Gene Williams from New Jersey scored it for Holyfield. Only Stanley Christodoulou of South Africa saw the fight. And Larry Merchant is in the ring with still holder of 2 title belts, Evander Holyfield.
Thank you very much, Jim. Evander, you still have 2 belts. You're still the heavyweight champion of the world. Do you feel like the heavyweight championship of the world after this fight?
Yes, I feel like the heavyweight champion of the world. The whole thing is I'm not the judge as I was fighting, and I haven't got a chance to view the fight. I can't be watching the fight and fighting at the same time.
Well, I know you can't score the fight, Evander, but virtually everybody we know at ringside thought that this was a decisive win for your opponent, Lennox Lewis. Were you surprised to get the draw?
Well, it's real simple. The people around the ring is not the judge. You know, things happen to me sometimes like that. That's just the way it flows. You know, there's always the next time.
When you say there's always a next time, does that mean you want to give him a rematch to resolve this?
Oh, sure. You know, in 6 months, if you want to get it on, we'll get it on. In 6 months, there ain't no problem with me.
Let's talk about the 3rd round. You were convinced the fight would end in the 3rd round. You said you didn't even have a plan B if it didn't end in the 3rd round. What happened, and how did you feel about it?
Well, you know, of course, I felt that I was going to get him out in the 3rd round. You know, I believe, and I worked it to the end. Lennox Lewis had something else to say. You know, he was able to have a good defense. He was able to...
All right, here we see. Were you saving it in the first 2 rounds to try to get him in the 3rd?
Well, I wasn't saving it. The whole thing is that, you know, I was just taking my time. And the point of taking my time, you know, he was able to get the jab off a lot of time.
Did he surprise you by how well he boxed you from outside and didn't allow you to get inside on him?
Well, he did well. He did well, and it wasn't no surprise. He did the things that were necessary. He kept me on the end of the jab, and it kept me out there, and I didn't get a chance to fight inside.
You looked a little dispirited after that 3rd round. You sagged a little bit. I mean, this was a really important prediction for you. It was divinely inspired, according to you.
Well, yeah, you know, I still love the Lord, and you know, the Lord is my Savior. I still believe in the Lord. It's just sometimes we wrong. Sometimes, you know, you think you heard something you didn't, and so it's all good. I still give praise to the Lord.
Do you think you did your best? Was that an Evander Holyfield performance tonight?
Well, you know, I guess I did the best I could tonight. And but that's the only thing I said. It's not my best performance, though.
What do you want to say to Lennox Lewis?
Well, my whole thing is that he ain't nothing like a man that when he get his opportunity, he shine. The man really shined. I never say he wasn't tough. He showed that he was tough, and it's good for the game of boxing.
Was he a better fighter than you thought he was?
Well, I never did think that he was a bad fighter. I just know that style makes fight. And he did well this time, you know.
Thank you very much, Evander.
Thank you.
All right. All right, we're going to talk to Emmanuel Stewart. Lennox Lewis was so disgusted with the decision that he left the ring Emanuel Stewart, first give us your impression of the scoring of the fight.
First of all, it was a terrible decision. Anybody could see the fight, and I normally don't even complain, even the Thomas Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard #2 fight. But this fight is really what's hurting boxing. Every time we try to move boxing forward and make a great fight of some type like this kind of crap that comes on, well, Evander only won 3 rounds out of 4 at the most. But nevertheless, it's called a draw. This is what's killing boxing.
Did Lennox Lewis do everything you thought he could do to control this fight?
Lennox Lewis did not do everything I thought he could do, but he definitely won the fight. He controlled the fight, that was for sure, that he won the fight.
Did the third round theme that we had going into this fight, it looked as though Holyfield was saving himself for that third round, and that the life went out of him after he was unable to do anything with Lewis.
Not only did he go after the third round, but before the third round he didn't do anything. But nevertheless, he keeps his championship. It was totally, Lennox Lewis controlled the fight, better defense, better ring generalship, and completely outboxed him all the way. And the last round, if there was any doubt at all, he did close the show, that I thought, with a very good display of boxing the last round.
Should there be a rematch?
If they're going to call these kind of decisions, this is why we need federal regulation right now. If they're going to have a rematch, it would be great, but who's going to stop this from happening again?
Thank you very much, Emanuel Stewart, and now to Nick Charles.
Well, Larry, I'm standing outside Lennox Lewis's dressing room, and the reason we're outside is he won't let us in. He is distraught and angry about what happened. Incredulous is what really the word. Lewis thought he clearly won. You just heard Emanuel Stewart. Dino Duva, who was also in the corner, is blaming the WBA judge, had Evander Holyfield ahead by 3 points. But shock and disbelief are the words here outside Lennox Lewis's dressing room. He came storming in, whacked the door, hit the dressing room table, and just laid down. He is a bitter, angry man at this point, and as we said, most observers had him ahead, him winning this fight decisively, so we see his point.
And another look at Lewis as he left the ring and made his way angrily to the dressing room, and you wonder when he'll be in a frame of mind to talk about the highway robbery which has just taken place in this heavyweight unification bout.